Ladies and gentlemen, today, we gather to reflect on a momentous event in history that occurred over 2 centuries ago but continues to inspire those who seek justice, equality, and democracy. This event is the tennis court oath, a pivotal moment in the French Revolution that set the stage for the transformation of France and, indeed, the world. Let us transport ourselves back to June 20, 1789, in the heart of Versailles, where the seeds of revolution were beginning to sprout. The Kingdom of France was in turmoil. Decades of financial mismanagement, social inequality, and political corruption had brought the nation to the brink of collapse. The common people, burdened with heavy taxes and suffering from widespread poverty, were growing increasingly restless. The nobility and clergy, on the other hand, enjoyed vast privileges and wealth, further exacerbating the divide between the classes. In an attempt to address the financial crisis, King Louis XVI convened the Estates General, an assembly representing the 3 estates of the realm, the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners, known as the Third Estate. It had been 175 years since the last meeting of the Estates General, and the people hoped that this assembly would bring about much-needed reforms. However, the proceedings did not go as planned. The traditional voting system, which granted 1 vote per estate, allowed the clergy and nobility to outvote the Third Estate, despite the latter representing the vast majority of the population. Frustrated and determined to assert their rights, the delegates of the Third Estate took a bold step. They declared themselves the National Assembly, claiming to represent the true will of the French people. The king, alarmed by this challenge to his authority, ordered the hall where the National Assembly met to be locked, hoping to prevent further meetings. Undeterred, the delegates sought an alternative venue and found it in an indoor tennis court. It was in this unlikely setting that they made history. On that fateful day, June 20, 1789, the members of the National Assembly, numbering around 576, gathered in the tennis court, determined to continue their work. Led by Honoré Gabriel Riquetti, Comte de Mirabeau, and Jean-Sylvain Bailly, they took an extraordinary oath, known as the tennis court oath. They vowed, and I quote, "never to separate, and to reassemble wherever circumstances require, until the constitution of the kingdom is established and consolidated upon solid foundations." This oath was more than just a promise. It was a declaration of defiance against the Ancien Regime, a system that had long oppressed the common people. It signaled the birth of a new political era in France, one where the power of the monarch and the privileges of the nobility would be challenged by the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. The significance of the tennis court oath cannot be overstated. It was the first step towards the establishment of a constitutional monarchy and, eventually, the French Republic. The resolve of the National Assembly inspired the people of France to rise up against tyranny and fight for their rights. It set in motion a series of events that would lead to the fall of the Bastille, the abolition of feudal privileges, and the drafting of the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. Moreover, the tennis court oath had a profound impact beyond the borders of France. It became a symbol of popular sovereignty and democratic ideals that resonated with oppressed peoples around the world. It demonstrated that ordinary citizens, united in their quest for justice, could challenge the mightiest of powers and bring about transformative change. As we reflect on the legacy of the tennis court oath, let us remember the courage and determination of those who took that historic pledge. They were not merely politicians or revolutionaries. They were visionaries who dared to dream of a society where all individuals are equal under the law. Their actions remind us that the fight for democracy and human rights is ongoing and that each generation must strive to uphold and protect these fundamental principles. In conclusion, the tennis court oath was a defining moment in the French Revolution that paved the way for the birth of modern democracy. It serves as a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring spirit of those who seek a fairer and more just world. May we continue to draw inspiration from their example as we work towards building a future where the ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity are realized for all. Thank you.